Introducing Soul.
Hey there everybody, my name is Sol and I will be your convict host for this review. And I'd like to introduce you all to Deadman Wonderland, one of the most popular tourist attractions in all of Japan. This most delightful institute is home to many attractions ranging from holy fuck, as well as many other completely cheerful, ordinary, and absolutely safe. What the fuck was that? Yep. Like I said, nothing gratuitous going on here, just a normal, happy— my eyes, they burn! I repeat, this is your normal, typical, family-friendly, run-of-the-mill, happy-go-lucky—
Holy shit!
This is gonna be bloody. You guys ever just flip through shows for the sake of it? Well, I do. Like, for instance, sometimes I'll just turn on a show for like 5 minutes, see how I like it, and if I'm interested, I'll keep watching. If not, no hard feelings. And yeah, let's talk about the first 5 minutes of Deadman Wonderland, shall we? So here's our setting. We have a typical normal high school class. Never seen that before in an anime. And in this class, we have normal kid Ganta. He's enjoying his day. Things are looking pretty normal, maybe a little bit boring, and then everybody dies. Yep, a strange red hooded figure appears out of nowhere. It's just hovering in the air, and it basically shows us what a shonen battle would look like in real life. And after that, all of Ganta's classmates have perished. Oh, and the icing on the cake is Ganta is actually charged for murdering all 29 other members of his class. Oh, and the cherry on the icing on the cake is he is sent to Deadman Wonderland. Deadman Wonderland is a prison reserved for the scum of the earth who pay their sentence by entertaining tourists, which usually is always extremely terrible, painful, or even deadly. Oh, and the sprinkles on the cherry, on the icing, on the cake, which by the way, we have a very impressive looking cake by now. Ganta has fucking superpowers. Basically, in this show, there are these people called Deadmen. The Deadmen, they go to Deadman Wonderland, you see what they did? And the Deadmen basically can use their blood as its own weapon. And by weapon, I mean you can do just about anything with this power. You can make whips, make knives, or even take Ganta for example. He can use his power to materialize bullets from his hands, similar to a gun. And the reason I love this ability so much is how original it is, and how nothing like it has been done before. And if you couldn't tell by now, this show is pretty bloody and fucked up. With that being said, I think one of the best compliments you could give this show is it's bloody and fucked up. It creates such a strong and engaging style and environment, and never does it hold a punch in going more bloody, more dark, and more Ganta screaming like a bitch. And speaking of Ganta screaming like a bitch, I think that should be the segue into one of the biggest complaints I usually hear about the show, and that is Ganta, the main character. Whether he's crying a lot, beating himself up a lot, or Greg Ayres is just one-upping himself on how to play an annoying preteen character, he is considered by some to be not so likable. But I'm actually gonna come to his defense here. I mean, his entire classroom is slaughtered. There's only so many ways to react to that. And with such a dark, bloody world, I think having a character who exhibits fear just seems logical. And personally, I think his attitude is needed. He's the person we relate to and get clarity that yes, this place is fucked up and scary. While everyone else is acting normal may be just as valid a response. Not to mention, he has his moments, and he serves as the voice of reason, teaching those he passes valuable lessons. So yeah, Ganta isn't that bad. And yes, we're gonna hashtag that. Hashtag Ganta's not a bitch. Okay, maybe he's a bit of a bitch. But there are other characters in this anime too, right? We have Shiro, a lightheaded lolly, and I enjoyed her character for bringing some lightness to the series. Not to mention, the show has a carnival funhouse theme, so why not throw in an albino girl who wears a jumpsuit that makes her look naked all the time as she drop kicks robots? You know, why in the fuck not, right? Then there was Crow, my fave character because A, he's badass, B, he seemed badass at times, and C, dare I say it, he was a bit of a badass. And then we have everybody else. Don't know, don't care, you're creepy, fuck you, hashtag Illuminati confirmed, you're cool. You don't die easily, do you? You sure impacted that ending there, guy. Gotta love crazy chicks. And lastly, the scariest thing I've ever seen in my worst nightmare. And overall, I like these characters, but I love the premise, and I love this world. And I say premise and not story because the ending kinda fluctuated and whimpered. Not only do we get to read the manga ending, but it's like watching someone run, and then finally when they start to sprint, they just stop. They just stop, and it's like, okay, that's the ending? Okay, whatever. And that's a shame because one, it's a good series and deserved a second season or just some sort of continuation, and B, it was one of the earliest animes, not manga, animes I watched, and I think I just have a fondness to it because of that. And I was interested to see where it goes, and I liked the characters and wanted to see where they progressed, and I just love the themes. And with that being said, let's score this mother up! I award Deadman Wonderland an 8 out of 10 and the sole badge of approval. Anyway guys, please stick around after the credits. I have an every episode review of Deadman just in case you wanted to get my commentary on every episode, so check that out. Have a wonderful day. Please subscribe. Shiny, 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 shiny. And with that, I leave you.
You say black and white 涙止まらないずっと不条理なこの世界を恨んでいた結句血の